Hello, friends. So it's another time, a wonderful time on the Wild Facebook Forum, and I thank you for making time to join. Well, today we're going to have a very sensitive discussion. The topic for today is very, very sensitive. That is why I named it the bedroom talk. There's this assumption out there in the world that everybody is spoiled. Especially with the presence of social media and Insta, all these things where you have girls posting nude pictures and people looking so wild out there. You look at it and you think, oh, the world is sport, everybody is sport. But that is not the case. There are so many people out there, especially ladies, that are good girls, that have little or even no exposure to sex. I'm saying it for a fact. When I completed my first degree from the University of Ghana, Legon, and I went to a senior high school to teach. And I was teaching social studies. So I was telling them we were doing this reproductive, reproductive organs and all that. And then there was a discussion, and I was telling the ladies that they were asking me so many sensitive things I didn't know. And I was like, hey, me, I'm a virgin, I don't know what you guys are talking about. And majority of the girls in the class were like, huh? What? You've completed University of Ghana and you're saying that you're a virgin. This is not true. It can never happen. And I was so surprised. This I was surprised at these girls because these girls were thinking that no, at my age and with my degree, I shouldn't be a virgin. And that is notion that most people have out there. They see girls out there all dressed up and they think everybody is spoiled. Even boys, sometimes we think that everybody knows what is going, everybody is a sex pro. But I would like you to know that that is not the case. It's not so. So today the topic I want us to talk about is getting married with little or no sexual exposure. It has its pros and it has its cons. So I'm going to tackle both of them. So I'll start with this example. I gave one of myself. There's this lecturer that I knew. She married at the age of 30 years and she married as a virgin. And I didn't know that. So after the marriage, I went to her. I was like, hey, madam, how is marriage? How are you faring? How are things? And she was like, Sarah, me, all this sex thing, I am not understanding. I am not, I don't know how to put myself into it. And I was like, madam, what are you talking about? He said, I find it so difficult, this whole thing. And when I see these young girls moving about, chasing men here, and I wonder how to do it. At the point, I was like, Madam, you're married for Christ's sake. Why are you talking like that? But I realized that, speaking to several women who were good girls, these are problems that are going on, especially when it comes to bedroom, especially when it comes to sex. That is why I'm doing this video. So, before you get me wrong, I would like to talk about the importance of getting a good girl. Marrying somebody who has very little exposure to sex. Number one is about faithfulness. You won't have problem with infidelity and all that because they've kept themselves all this while before marrying you. Why would they go about cheating you? So you are 100% sure of faithfulness. The other one is respect. So the two of you will tend to respect each other because of keeping yourself until marriage. The other one is about trust and loyalty. These are all the good things that come with marrying a very good girl. See, let me just pass this thing. All those wild girls you see out there doing all those crazy things, they are very few. So if you're a single guy listening to me, don't think I'm just making this up. All those wild girls, they are very few. Majority are very good girls. So if you watch this video to the end, I believe it's going to help you. Now let's talk about the difficulties that happen in marriage. Um, with these girls, the problem is that majority of these good girls who were virgins or maybe who had one or two sex or very little exposure to sex marry and they still want to remain virgins. They marry and they still want to keep that thing that they had with them before they marry, and that is where the problem comes. Now you ask yourself, why do we encounter such problems in our marriages? Well, I would say that um, it's with the counseling, the premarital counseling that we go through. most of our counselors don't even talk about these things. Can you believe when I was going through my counseling sessions, the counselor never talked about sex in marriage? When we get to that topic, he just jumps over it and he's like, oh, as for these things, everybody knows. Seriously? And that's what is happening. Our pastors don't talk about sex, counselors don't talk about sex, even our parents. How many parents will sit their kid down and tell the person that, hey, you know what? You are going to get married. This is what you are supposed to this is what you are to expect. This is what you are supposed to do. There is no sex education. Everybody assumes that everybody knows it. And then now you marry and it's a big blow. So this is a free counseling to everybody, especially those who are newly married or those who are single or those who are going through counseling to get married. See, even if you're having sex with your partner before marriage, I want you to know that when you marry, it's a whole new ball game. So don't think that, oh, as for us, we've been doing it, or maybe me, I know more about sex, so I don't need it. When you marry, is another thing. Now, let's just go straight to some of the difficulties we have in bed and why they happen. So, number one, most of us, the good girls who got married so naive, the problem is that majority are not comfortable with touches. This is a big platform, so I can't go into details, but if you're married, you understand the touches I'm talking about. Most of these girls, it's like you've kept yourself. And it's not only for girls. I know some guys who got married without, ever having sex with any other lady. A friend of mine was in that situation. He got married and I called him and I was, hey, Charlie, now you're a big boy. How is married? He was like, hey, Sarah, I almost disgraced myself in bed. So this is for everybody. So people like that are not comfortable with touches. They tend to be very rigid in bed. They're not flexible. You touch here and they're like, no, me, I don't like that. You touch there, they're like, no, I don't like that. Things like fingering, oral sex is like a taboo. Me, I don't like this thing. You are sports. What are you doing? Don't touch me. My dear ladies, I did this for you. If you are somebody like that who is getting married or who is married, please, once you are married, be open, be flexible, learn from your husband. That rigidity and all this thing is not going to help. Most women, even before I got married, I spoke to most women, and like majority of women do not enjoy sex in their marriage. It's like sex has become like a burden. Somebody told me that she would wish that there would be somebody who would be designated specially to have sex with their husband. This is a true thing. I'm telling you. She's like, I can do everything for my husband, cook everything, but when it comes to sex, I wish somebody would do that role for me. I was like, wow, seriously. I just want you to know, yes, I just want you to know that yes, you kept yourself until now. But now that you're married, take away that toughness and be flexible. Flow with your husband. Even if you don't know how to do one ABC or you're not comfortable, I think you should discuss it with your husband. One guy was like, anytime he talks about to his wife about sex and all that, she's like, oh, you like what this thing? What's hair crack to do? Let's talk about something serious. What is this? What is more serious than talking about sex in your marriage? Well, the next thing is that most of these ladies have fear. They've grown with, keeping their space, protecting their space. So the fear of allowing somebody in there. See, let me say this that most people would not know. But when I was getting married and saying my vows, and it gets to a point, it says that I promise to give you my body, my whole self. When I said that thing that, I so and so promised to give you my body, immediately, there was this chills that went through me. I was like, my whole body, I'm going to give it to somebody. And I know majority of ladies or even guys after marriage, you're like, you are invading in my space. Somebody said that lecturer of talking, she said, Sarah, you sleep and the hands are moving everywhere, invading in your privacy. Yes. So it's like when you're married to such a person, I'll come to the men's side, you need patience, you need to understand them. Because you can't just jump onto her, and if they're not comfortable with certain things, I think you have to be patient. I think we'll get there. But then to my ladies, yes, You had your privacy, you had your space. But now that you are married, you have to learn to allow somebody into your space. I mean, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes you feel like, I want to keep myself. And that this guy will be putting hands everywhere like that. I know. But now you're married. Welcome to the game. Or you're going to get married. Somebody is going to invade in your space. Just let it be. Don't hold on. Don't be afraid. I know it might sound crazy in somebody's ears, but I know what I'm talking about. And ladies or women who are in this situation would bear with me. They would understand what I'm saying. Just let the fear go. Let the fear go. Okay, and just enjoy it. There was this woman I heard before I was getting married. She was like, in the first 1 year of her marriage, she never enjoyed sex. Sex was like a burden, it was a responsibility on her head. Until she came to understand the whole concept before she started enjoying her sex in her marriage. So please, if you are in that situation, that is why I'm doing this video, to help us. The other thing is so I've talked about the fact that they are not comfortable. I've talked about fear, and I've talked about being rigid. If you are rigid, it will not make you enjoy it. Just be flexible and let it go. So now I want to also talk to the men. If you find yourself in this situation, please be patient. Some men, I realize that some men, especially those guys who were bad boys. I mean, when I talk about bad boys, they know what's up. They've had experiences with wild girls. But the funny thing is that those guys don't want to settle with those wild guys. I mean, wild ladies, am I lying? The guy will flirt with every other lady. He will go stripping, he will go clubbing, he will see all the high time girls and all that. But when they are ready to settle, then they want to go in for the good girls. And then when they marry the good girls, they want those good girls to become like the strippers. With time, they can learn. But then, if you keep pushing it, you're going to be disappointed. So you have to be patient with your wife. If she is having that difficulties, you have to know how to play the game. You don't have to just rush it. Do this. Let's do this. Let me do this on you. Let me do this. You make everything, so miserable for your wife. So please be patient. And I think that is also going to really help. And lastly, to my ladies, once you are married, do everything in your power to grab your man. If he wants something and you don't know how to do it, let him teach you. Learn. Watch. There are so many movies out there that teach you. I don't advise that you watch porn, or even the couple you watch porn, because when you watch pornography, you are bringing in a third party into your marriage. It's very spiritual, but there are so many materials, there's so many other things that can help, and most importantly, your partner can teach you. This is a very short video, and I'm hoping, as I said, it's very sensitive, and this is a big platform, so I don't know how to go into details, but I'm hoping that if you're watching this video and you are yet to marry, and you are in my shoes as I was before getting married. I used to be very shy in bed. I mean, very, very shy. I'm not a shy person, generally. But then when I got married initially, and in bed, I was so shy. And my husband used to tease me. Oh my goodness, he used to tease me like, oh, come on, don't be shy, don't be shy. But if you're watching this video and you find yourself in this situation, it's a matter of time. Just open up and just let this marriage that you are in become a blessing. Don't let the bedroom become a nightmare to you. And I know in some years to come, when you have so many children and when you're having fun, you go back and you're like, wow, we did it. Thank you so much for making time to watch this video. And before I finish, somebody would say, well, then I don't want to go and marry a virgin. Or maybe I don't want to keep my virginity. Let me just explore. I tell you that also has its own consequence. You don't want to go into it. If God blesses you with a lady who has little or no sexual exposure, go on your knees and thank Him, because He has really blessed you. And men who marry those ladies will tell you the benefit of it. And if you're a lady and you have still kept your virginity, or you are not just going about messing yourself, I would say that you are doing a good job. So keep it up. keep it up, but try to learn other things. Okay, you don't have to be practical, but you can have the information. And once you get married, you can pour all the information you learn, and then you can practice more. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I pray that if there is anybody who is going through this in their marriages, that is not going to be a reason to, break down your marriage or bring dissatisfaction in your marriage. But by the grace of God, you'll be able to work things out. And then one day you will be able to confidently advise your children when they are also going to get married. I'm hoping for your views and your comments and your thoughts and your experiences. Let's make this a blessing to everybody else. Thank you and bye.